think we were up to...
Okay, so let's start. So today's we learn Hilchot Diod. Today's class number 3. Okay, so we started with Chafetz Chaim. Page 62.
62, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go ahead, we can read.
Okay, so it would seem that there is nothing derogatory about a statement of taste. To say, I don't like dry wine is a description of the speaker's preferences and not a critical evaluation of the wine.
Mm-hmm.
Ostensibly, then, one should be allowed to say that he does not like the oratory style of a given lecturer. In fact, however, such statements are generally prohibited, for they imply that the speaker lacks effectiveness. So basically, so you're just not allowed to even, there's nothing derogatory about a statement to taste. Okay, so if you say I don't like something, that's okay. But to say I don't like the way somebody says something, that's not good.
Yes. So basically, that's the rationale that the people use. If since this is allowed, maybe that is allowed. So it's only my opinion. So you want to listen to this rabbi, you can listen to the rabbi. I'm just telling you. Me personally, I don't like he speaks too fast, too slow. He does not know what he's talking about.
What if you say I don't like the rabbi and that's it?
That's the problem. So maybe.
Okay, so here they're saying, I don't like the way he talks. Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. But if you just say, I just don't like this rabbi.
That's okay. So if you have some constructive purpose to say, for example, if it's this Friedman guy, for example, right, this clown. Mm-hmm. So that's it would be for constructive purpose. There are other rabbis, for example, I used to listen to different rabbis, but then I stopped. But it's not that for me they're not effective. They too many, like too much of things. But on one hand, one second. But on the other hand, that this person had like 50 people live watching his live. So I mean not live, not watching, but in a room. So they like his style, and they've been there going there for years. So how can I say he's?
They just say I don't like his style. Like that's not.
But you know how many you do not know how many people told me they do not like style of Rabbi Mizrahi or Rabbi Reuven because it's very aggressive.
Sure, I'm sure that so that's not allowed.
So, okay, but it's exactly the same reason. So they say it's very aggressive. It's not that you have to go slow and all of these useless things that you are aware of, right? They said this, but they are the only effective rabbis. You understand?
I agree, but can a person just not like him and say I don't like him? I don't know why. I just don't like him. Like there's nothing constructive. I just don't like it.
It's not it's lashon hara. It's about other person. It's negative. So what is lashon hara? Definition of lashon hara is some derogatory information. So I don't like him. So in another word,
he's saying that he doesn't like him.
No, okay. So listen. So all of us, most of us, think that we're almost perfect, almost, right? So basically, when somebody said this, one of these perfect people say, I don't like somebody, meaning this rabbi is not good, because if he would be good, of course I would like him.
Okay, so maybe it gives off the impression to somebody else. But if I'm talking to somebody and say, I don't like that person, maybe it'll feed them and they won't like him either just because I said it.
Exactly, 100%. So like somebody went, to a restaurant, right? Let's say they open and somebody asked, how was it? And the person started answering, it's perfect, like it's a straightforward lashon hara. Well, if he starts saying something negative. I have one taste, he has another taste. For him, it was too spicy, and I cannot live without spice. Yeah, you understand? For example, right? For me, if it's less than 1 ounce of pepper, it's not a dish. For example, right? But he said it's not good. So whether we like it or not, so all of this answer, whatever we hear from other people, like in the media, whatever, so it affects us.
Okay. What if What if you're listening to two rabbis and you like both of them?
Yes.
And you're talking and you're just like, I like both of them a lot. Let's say it's Rabbi Mizrahi, Rabbi Yaron, and I say, but I like Rabbi Mizrahi better. It's not like I dislike. It's not saying anything bad.
No, but it implies it implies that so if you have a preference, if you have only like half an hour during the day, so you would listen to the one that you like better. That's exactly what it's saying. So to other person, for example, person is looking up to you, and you already spent so many hours listening to them. So for him, you're an expert, right? In some sense, right? So I mean, if somebody went skiing, so he skied like for past 10 years. I never ski, for example. So I know he's not professional, but I would ask him whatever he said. This is mountain is good. This is not good. Go here, go there. By this, by that. I mean, he's an expert for me, right? And whatever he said, I would take it to the bank. That's like a truth, even though it's not. It's just his personal preference. Maybe he's an advanced guy. Maybe he's I don't know, not so advanced.
I understand. By the way, if Rabbi Yaron sees this, I don't like Rabbi Mizrahi better. It was an example.
Yeah.
In case he listens, just
Yes,
Rabbi,
we didn't mean to insult anybody, of course. Okay. That's not what our intention. We're not insulting, we're learning. But the bottom line, we have to like get onto our head not to speak negatively.
Right.
Okay. So I think we're on chapter 1 and page 258, correct?
Yeah, number 4. Okay. Go ahead. So you can start.
What?
You can start off.
Yeah. So let me read this number 4 and then we continue with number 5.
Hold on. Let me just get my.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So number 4. Let me read the full halacha and then we go like line by line. So it says a straight path. This involves discovering the midpoint temperament and each and every trait that man possesses within his personality. This refers to the trait which is equidistant from either of extremes without being close to either of them. So as we said before, right, last time when we learned, so we're not talking about one specific trait. So we're talking about like all of the traits combined. So and this is represent the path, all of the traits that he has to adjust, and they have to, as you say, have to be equidistant, like in the middle of this specific trait, and all of them would be the middle of the path. Okay. Therefore, the early stages instructed a man to evaluate his traits, to calculate them and direct them along the middle path, so that he will be sound of body. Okay. For example, he should not be wrathful, easily angered, nor be like that without feeling. Rather, he should adopt an intermediate course. He should display anger only when the matter is serious enough to warrant it. Okay, so we will see the whole situation in order to prevent the matter from recurring. So as its famous example is with children, when you try to educate children, and with the family members. Okay. So you display anger sometimes, right? But you're not angry inside. That's the point. So that they would know that something displeases you. And you told them so many times to be careful with this law, with that law. Okay. Similarly, he should not desire anything other than that which his body needs and cannot exist without. As the Proverbs 13:25 states, the righteous man eats only to satisfy his soul. Okay. Also, he should not labor in his business except to gain what he needs for immediate use. So don't overwork. Right? As Psalms 37:16 states, a little is good for the righteous man. So when a person tries to accumulate, So for sure he's not most likely, not for sure, but most likely like he's very materialistic, and righteous is not exactly going hand in hand. He should not be overly stingy, nor spread his money about, but he should give charity according to his capacity, of course, and lend the needy as is fitting. He should not be overly elated and laugh excessively, nor be sad and depressed in spirit. Rather, he should be quietly happy at all times, with a friendly countenance. The same applies with regard to all other traits. This path is the path of wise. Every man whose trait is intermediate and equally balanced can be called a wise man. Okay, so there is a lot to learn from this Mishnah, of course. So let's go to the beginning, and let me start from the beginning, and then we comment from number 39. Okay, the straight path. This involves discovering the midpoint temperament of each and every trait that the man possesses within his personality. This refers to the trait which is equidistant from either of the extremes, without being close to either of them. Therefore, the early stages instructed a man to evaluate his traits. So, as we said, like every night, that's what we do. Not traits, but what happened during the day. And of course, you understand. I did this and that wrong because of this bad trait. To calculate them and to direct them along the middle path, so that he will be sound of body. Okay. For example, he should not be wrathful, easily angered, nor be like a dead without feeling. Rather, he should adopt the intermediate course. Okay, that's I think it's self-explanatory. But if you want to add something, like you're welcome. Just stop me wherever you want. Okay. There is he should display anger only when the matter is serious enough to warrant it. Okay, anger. 39. The translation is based on chapter 2, halacha 3. Okay. Also see commentary to the Knesset Haggadah. Okay, no problem. Continue. Next commentary only when
I think we skipped a lot of commentary, no?
We did it last time.
Oh, we went right. That's right. We said we were going to go. Okay. All right. Okay.
I mean, we really only have because we didn't have the time was running out.
Right. Okay.
So number 40.
Wrote a note.
Serious enough to warrant it. 40. The Rambam appears to be referring to the two matters which invoke personal feelings. Okay. Nevertheless, the Misrat Moshe interprets this passage as referring to the instance in which Torah law requires to display anger. For example, colic transgression of the Torah law. So basically, so I have this one of my Talmidim, right? So he said that he went to shul. There was a boy, like over Banitza, of course. So he was put into tefillin while seated. and he rebuked him. I said maybe he was Sephardi. He said no, he was Ashkenazi. He is Ashkenazi. And this boy said, I just do not care. Okay, you do. You think am I going to do what I think is right? You know. So and that's what he did. I mean, he learned without me. He learned with somebody else this thing. Okay, so he showed like he's not happy with him. So even though the guy he didn't change. He was doing it while sitting, but this guy showed like this almost angry face. Okay, that's how he told me this story. Okay, continue. In order to prevent the matter from recurring, so you show them that you do not agree with their behavior. So you show that you're angry, even though you're not angry with them. You're angry with the sin that they do, but people remember the faces. Okay. Similarly, he should not desire anything other than which the body needs. Okay. Desire 41. This refers to physical desire. Like, what is a physical desire? Everything that that you can think of. So if you need exercise, whatever your body need to exercise, you need to walk. Then you need to walk. You need to run a little. Run a little. You need to ride a bike. That's what you need. But don't do like a sport, professional sports, right? Like I don't know, run a marathon or something. That's a waste of life. Okay. Or be karate guy or a boxer or a wrestler. So that's not for a health reason. That's overdoing. And same with eating. I mean, they eat normal. You want to eat organic because it's not healthy. Some other things are not healthy. Okay, eat organic, but don't go like crazy with that also. Continue. So a second. One more time the sentence from the beginning. Similarly, he should not desire anything other than that which the body needs and cannot exist without, as a proverb states. The righteous man eats to satisfy his soul. Okay, 42. The Rambam quotes supporting verses only two of intermediate traits. Perhaps because his description of middle of the road position of the traits might appear to veer toward the extreme. So that's why he need this with eating, for example, right? So we would think that that extreme would be in this case, like when the guy is overeating or the guy is on a diet.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they say no, he should eat minimum so to satisfy his soul. So basically, to eat to be satiated, you can eat bread. Basically, you eat the vegetables and bread, a little soup, so you're satiated. You don't need to eat all the fancy schmancy meals. Yeah, you understand?
Right.
So okay, so he said that this is not so simple for us to figure out on ourselves what is the middle path. That's why he gives this example.
Right.
We might expect the intermediate path between gluttony, right, overeating, and the opposite extreme to be eaten to one's satisfaction. Right? However, here we are told that we should desire only what is sufficient in order to exist. So all of this, as our rabbis teach us, so the most important foods is bread and water. That's the most important, and they're in abundance, and they're cheap, relatively. They were always cheaper. But all of the foods, fancy schmancy food, so the more expensive it is, the more useless for you it is. That's they say the formula. Unless you need for medicinal reasons, like some I don't know, some for blood to improve blood or whatever. But otherwise, it's a waste of money. However, Rambam is not telling us to deny ourselves satisfaction. So you have to be you have to be satisfied. I mean, otherwise, if you always hungry, it's also not good. As Dvarim 8:10 teaches, you shall eat and be satisfied, and bless HaShem your Lord. Okay, that's from the Hamazon. Blessed, based on that verse in Brachas 48b, explain that we are obligated to recite grace only, meaning Birchas Hamazon, only when we feel physically satisfied. Okay, the Rambam quotes this concept in Hilchot Brachas 1:1. Okay. In chapter 3, so basically, so before we continue, so biblically, if you ate bread more than one kazais, or Rabbi Vadia say I think double kazai with kibetza. So if you ate that amount, so you must you were satisfied, like you're not hungry. Let's say you have that much bread, and plus you have the salad and soup and fish and all other things, so you should bench. But if you ate only like half a sandwich, and let's say it's kizai, let's say, right? Mm-hmm. And you're not satisfied, so it's a rabbinical mitzvah, so we accept it upon ourselves to bench even in that case. Okay. So it comes into play when person forgot whether he benched or not. So if it's rabbinical, so we say don't do it. But if it's biblical, so they say do it. Okay. So I mean, if you are satiated or not, that's the thing. Okay. In chapter 3, halacha 1, in Shmonet Perakim, chapter 4, he elaborates on the negative aspect of this asceticism, right? Meaning when he does not eat. That's what these Christians do. I'm not sure if they don't eat in this, all these monks or eat. I'm not sure what they do that. But I think that's for them. In order to be holy, you have to fast. You have to break your body and stuff like that. That's not Jewish way. Thus, his intent cannot be that we deny our desires, but rather that we school ourselves to desire and feel satisfied with what we need, without excess. So we try that it's very deep line. Let's read it again. Thus, his intent cannot be that we deny our desires. So it's not like you have to starve yourself, no, but rather that we school ourselves to desire and feel satisfied with what we need without excess. So I eat whatever I eat. I eat cereal in the morning, and I'm satisfied with that. Okay, I am full, and I don't need any fancy schmancy breakfast. Okay, this is the dominant theme. This is dominant theme in a section of a diet, in chapter 4.
Okay, let me ask you something. Here, maybe you know this, because this just hit me, and I didn't have this question until now. It says, you shall eat and be satisfied and bless HaShem, your Lord, right?
Yes.
So that refers to Birkat HaMazon, right?
No, I mean it is a verse from the Torah, but it's a verse from Birkat HaMazon, and that on that verse Birkat HaMazon is based. Yes, it's a main verse. Yes, okay.
So, but what does that mean? Like, let's say you don't eat bread, but you still feel satisfied after a meal. What do? You do the nefashos, that one, the other one?
The nefashos? No. It's only about bread that we say that.
But how do they get it, right? Like where? Because it doesn't say when you eat and be satisfied from bread. It just says
Exactly.
Because if you're satisfied, you can be satisfied with not just bread.
Exactly. That's a good question. So basically, when all the time, or most of the time, when we say meal, it means bread.
Okay.
Because it was a staple food of everybody. Like all people had bread.
Right.
People were so poor, like today in America,
bread was like the main meal back then, right? Like everybody always had bread.
Yes.
That was like the thing that's always.
That's
it.
That's
Makes
sense.
So
people when they would go travel, they would take sack of flour or whatever they need to make bread. That's it. Water, you can get the water from the well. You mix with flour and bake. I don't know, like a something like a matzah.
Right.
On a fire. So that's the staple meal. But just to address whatever you said,
I keep forgetting that they based their laws based on when they were living, and it just carried.
Yes, yeah. But it still applies. So the only difference, like to today, if somebody ate kizayis of the food, like 1 ounce, wherever you ate apple, like whatever you ate, right? So you have to say barene pashos. How long do you have? So if you were not satiated, so they have like half an hour. Most likely that you will be hungry. Most likely after this half an hour. So that's why we're trying to say as soon as possible.
Okay.
Right. So, but
if I have like egg omelet, just omelet.
Yes.
That goes with that blessing too. Nefashos, right?
Why? What's that? Why it goes? No, you ate a lot. When you ate the whole omelet, I don't know, a few eggs. I mean, it's for sure. It's you ate amount. So we go by amount. How much?
Amount. So just amount. That's the reflection, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Minimum. Yes. Amount. Yeah. That's
okay.
That's the difference.
All right. Makes sense. All right. I'm good.
Okay, so let's see. I think we're in the end. This is so the last sentence of this commentary. This is the dominant theme in this section of diet, chapter 4. Actually, we said okay, and those describing the conduct of the Torah sage, chapter 5. Okay, we're going to get to it. So it is commentary number 42, and this said further: the righteous man eats and to satisfy his soul. 43. The verse continues, but the belly of the wicked will want. So all of these wicked people always hungry. They drive them crazy. What do I want to eat? I want to eat? Always hungry, right? The commentaries note that the contrast between the two does not center on the quality of food they eat. Does not, one more time. The commentaries note that the contrast between the two does not center on the quantity of the food they eat. So it does not matter how much he ate, right? But on the attitude with which they eat. Interesting, right? It's about attitude, not about quantity of the food.
Like the reason they're eating, like, are they eating? I mean, I know it's metaphorically, it's not directly talking about just food, but it's also like they're eating, like, oh yeah, like I just want because I can buy it, right? Like that's the attitude, right? Like, oh yeah, this is mine, like it's mine, like like they just have a poor attitude. It's not because they're just constantly hungry, like they're like they just eat a lot. Like that's okay. And there's a lot of people who can eat a lot, but they, it's not because they can. They're just hungry, so they eat a lot, right?
So yes, and a righteous person would eat because he must eat. He must need this energy. Right? He's tired. I need to eat. Otherwise, I cannot study. I cannot go forth. That's why I eat. So that's this guy eat and that guy ate. But for this, it's a big mitzvah. So every bite, whatever he takes, is a big mitzvah. I'm doing it for the sake of the Torah learning. I'm doing it for the sake of the mitzvah because I am having my breakfast. I need to go to work. I need to perform. I need to behave like a Jew and project it to the world. And I need to eat this breakfast. So basically, this.
1 second. 1 second. You done? Are you going back? You done? Yeah, I'm going there. I'm gonna go to the office too.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. All right. No, it's okay. I just want. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. The same here. Okay. So basically, for a righteous person, it is mitzvah. It's every bite. Okay. Continue. Because the righteous are not given over to pursuit of the gratification, as you said, right? They can be satisfied. So it's not about what the statement. I ate this. I remember in the office, like they start ordering and who is going to order like pay $20 or $25 for a sandwich many years ago. So it's I don't know. Conversely, it is a gluttony of the wicked, which actually cause their want. So they cannot be they cannot satisfy. So the blessing is, as HaShem said, and you will eat and you will be satiated. So and our commentaries say, what does it mean? That you eat a little and you would feel full. That's the blessing. So when you eat a little and feel full, that's the blessing. Not all the midrashic interpretation of this verse. Okay, it says the righteous. This refers to Eliezer, who said to Rivka, "Let me sip a little water." Right? He said, "Let me sip a little water." From Bereshit 24:17. A single sip. As a little sip, so it means a single sip. That's what righteous how they drink. This and the belly of the wicked will want. This refers to Esau, right? Who said to Yaakov, "Stuff me," right? When he sold his firstborn, right? Stuff it. Pour. It says clearly, pour into my throat. So I'm going. It says that he was he was tired. I'm going to open my mouth, and you just pour down
Right.
this
But
red stuff.
he didn't even say thank you.
I mean, he did better than thank you. He sold his birthright. So,
Yeah.
right. Rabbi Yitzchak ben Zera said, he opened his mouth agape like a camel and said, I will open my mouth and you shall pour it in. Okay. As we said, right? Medrash Tanhuma, Pinchas 13, Bamid Baraba 21:18. Okay. So continue. Finish on this page.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he shall not labor in business except to gain what he needs for immediate use. As the Psalms 37:16 states, a little is good for the righteous man. Okay. So what does it mean? So just superficially, we'll look at this sentence. You can understand. So I have like. Sometimes, like some time ago, now I don't do, but some time ago I was looking at the job description, right? And they say we need a person with this skill and that, and he has to know a little this and that. So basically, just looking at the job description, you see that they need a slave. That's what they need. Somebody is a slave who's going to work, I don't know, 7 days a week, 24 hours. That's what they need. So a person who puts himself like he knows that's what they want and who agrees to this, so he's under this category, right? So I mean, he works a lot. Commentary number 44, as it was states. Here again, Rambam quotes biblical verse because the definition of the intermediate path may seem extreme. Okay, so I mean, it just may make the money for today. Mm-hmm. The verse also clarifies that Rambam is not denigrating the idea of work. It's opposite. He was pro-work always, but rather excessive preoccupation in one's profession as a means to acquiring possession. So people want stuff, right? And they work more. Why? Because they want to acquire more stuff. That's the problem. It is highly unlikely that the Rambam would criticize work per se. So he was pro-work. He always say person has to work, and he said rabbis cannot accept salary and stuff like that. Not a Proverbs 6:6, but it says, sluggard, go to the end, see its ways, and become wise. Okay, so as we know, the ant is a very hardworking creature, right? Mm-hmm. I think it says in the first day it collects enough food until the end of his life. That he continue working. And Rabbi Reuven once said, maybe he said more than once, but I heard it once, very interesting, like different twist about this animal guy, this ant guy. So it says, sluggard, go to the ant and see the way and become wise. So what does it mean? So go and ask this ant, why working so much? Right? You know that you're not going to live more than 6 months. You're going to die. So you don't need more food. Why are you working so hard? And the ant would say, maybe HaShem is going to be merciful with me, and He is going to extend your life, my life, more than past the 6 months. So, and it says here, become wise. What does it mean? So this person, or I don't know who was Shlomo HaMelech, well, I don't remember how he explained it, said, come on, HaShem is going to extend your life, and He's not going to give you food. You understand? It's simply ridiculous. Cannot be. So, and that's what I said recently to one person for whom HaShem did many miracles. And at one point, he started like, he had some doubts. I said, I said to that person, think by yourself, like HaShem did all of this miracle just to dump you in the middle of the road. That's what He did. What kind of vicious God He is? What do you think that He is? I mean, if He did the miracle, they take you out, He's going to continue. Like why you doubt Him? Okay, so that's actually how. That's a little speech actually how. Baruch Hashem. Continue. So it says in Brachas 8a, he who enjoys the toil of his hands is greater than one who fears God. Very strong statement. One more time. He who enjoys the toil of his hands greater than one who fears God. Okay. And then when person works and makes money, okay. As it is stated, if you eat of your work, eat of the work of your hands, you are fortunate and will possess good. Right? If you work and eat the work of your hands, you are fortunate and you will possess good. Okay, so Psalms 128 too. Okay, you are fortunate in this life, and will possess good in the world to come. Okay, continue. The Rambam himself quotes the latter passage in Hilchot Torah 3:11. Thus, the Rambam is not criticizing a person for working hard, but rather teaching us that work and its profit should not be our greatest priorities. So, of course, you need to work, you need to support your family, you need to feed your children, you need to pay your rent and I know your bills or whatever for your car, whatever. That's normal, but don't do like overdo, like extra hours.
Right.
Like, okay, Baruch Hashem, I was so lucky when I was working in office. So every Shabbos they had tests. Every Shabbos for the past they started maybe 7 years. And Baruch Hashem, so I had all of the Chinese and Indians and my team, and they wanted more money, and they pay like double or whatever, like crazy amount. Like when it started 7 years, 10 years ago, so they paid like I don't know for a few hours like $250. It's a lot of money, right? And I said, yeah, you take it, and then people they were so hungry for money, they took it, and what happened? And I told them because of the religious reasons, stuff like that. So and what happened later on? So company said no, we cannot pay you anymore. Like company is not doing good, so no overtime pay for Saturday. You just come to work, and whoever did not work, so we're not making him work. You understand? So when people are hungry, so it's not always bad for you when other people are hungry. Let them work. So basically, that's my personal experience. So going back after note 44 says a little good for the righteous man. 45. The verse in its entirety expresses a contrast. A little is better for the righteous man than a greater wealth that many of the wicked possess. It's very interesting. So whatever this righteous man has, in other words, so he's very satisfied. So he said to himself, that's what Hashem wants me to do. He wants me to be in this situation and serve him in this situation. That's it. Straightforward. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So he's very satisfied. Other guy who has a lot, great wealth, so he thinks that somebody is richer than me. Somebody is whatever than me. Okay, never satisfied. Note the commentary of Ibn Ezra. The righteous man will be happier with his small lot than the wicked with their great wealth. Okay, continue after 45. He should not be overly stingy. Okay, let's see number 46. The printed edition of Mishneh Torah. Okay, so close his hand. Right? However, most manuscripts use the term gather. This close of the hand recalls Dvarim. Okay, so it's like commented. Do not close your hand from your needy brothers. Okay, that's when they talk about Saddam. So asking somebody, so like have your hand open and give them something. Thus, contrasting the extreme would be free-handedness. It's like close hand and free-handedness, right? Which makes sense. So this refers to miserly behavior, the opposite of which being spendthrift, miserly. Okay. The variant text might reflect difference of opinion as to which opposite extreme Rambam had in mind. Okay. But for us, it's straightforward. Somebody's stingy, somebody's He's not stingy, like free-handed. Is also not good. He should not be overly stingy nor spread his money about. Okay, but should give charity according to his capacity. So 47 in Hilchot Arachin, which places restriction on extreme one's generosity. So we said I think it's like 20% tax, unless you're very rich, so you can give more, but no more than 20%, because the sage said. So now we collected tzedakah for all these poor people. Now you want to also become poor and also be on our list? No, thank you. Just stay wherever you are. Right? Just stay normal. Don't give more. And continue after number 47. And lend to the needy as a fitting. Okay, don't be stingy. Lend to the needy as a fitting. Commentary. Lending is also a form of charity. I mean, you help a person. The person is trying, I don't know, he's trying to move to a new apartment because it's closer to his work and stuff like that. So he borrowed money from you for I don't know, for 3 months rent, let's say. Okay, so just I mean, because of this new job and stuff like that. Okay. In Hilchas Matnot Aniyanim, so it's laws of the poor, right? The Rambam lists 8 degrees of charity. The highest is to poor the fellow Jew who has become poor by giving him loans or the like. So meaning that you give him a loan so he can he can make himself self-sufficient.
Right.
So he got a job, but he needs to move to closer to his office or to his place where he works. I remember we had people in office. The guy was traveling 3 hours every day each way. 3 hours. It's unbelievable. I'm not sure why he didn't move. Maybe he saw that it's only temporary stuff like that, but I don't know. 3 hours. So it's crazy. So it's when the person does not make enough money. So it's a mitzvah to lend him so he can be self-sufficient. Okay. Continue. So let's read the sentence from the beginning because too many commentaries. He should not be overly stingy, not spread his money about, but he should give charity according to his capacity and lend to the needy as is fitting. 48. Okay, we said that. Sorry. Okay, after 48. He should not be overly elated and laugh exceedingly. 49. Such an expression of happiness, expressive happiness, is often sought of inner discontent and suffering. So I can testify to that. So all these people who laugh like very loud and stuff, they're not only obnoxious, but they inside they suffering. Something is definitely wrong. They trying to hide and they trying too hard, like it's in everybody's face. So one more time, the sentence from the beginning. He should not be overly elated and laugh excessively, not be sad and depressed in spirit. Rather, he should be quietly happy at all times, with a friendly countenance. Okay, quiet, happy at all times. 50. His joy should be composed sense of satisfaction. Okay. In this context, see Rama conclusion to the notes on Shulchan Aruch, Orach Chaim, 697.1, in which he quotes Proverbs 15:15. A good-hearted person is always celebrated. But celebrate, it's not like he's crazy. Celebrate, just always happy. That HaShem made me a Jew, that's enough reason to be happy. Continue, after 51. The same applies with regard to all other traits. 52. The Shmona Prakim, chapter 4, the Rambam mentions only other intermediate traits. Among them, courage is the midpoint between arrogance and fear. It's very interesting. So I didn't know like arrogance and fear. Arrogance and fear. Interesting, right? Humility is intermediate between the pride and meekness. Okay, so meekness like he's adored and like he's afraid of everybody. Like that's a little too much. Okay, earnestness is intermediate between boasting and lowliness. Okay. Patience is intermediate between rashness and insensitivity. Okay. Should make sense. Any comments? You want any comments on this? What we just read?
Not at the moment, because I got to review it, and then probably next week I'll have more comments.
Okay, let's finish up. So this path is the path of wise. Commentary. There is those whose behavior is controlled by their intellect. That's what we call wise. So meaning when he can control his emotions. So
right.
What is mean control his emotion? It means that he knows whatever the situation, what is happening to me now, it's a test from HaShem. That's it. That's no more, no less. I'm on a test, and all of the cameras on me, and I'm in the spot. Okay, that's how he can control his emotions. Every man who strays intermediate and equally balanced is called a wise man. Okay, last commentary. Note the contrast to the pious of the following halacha. Okay. Though the published edition of the Mishneh Torah includes this line as a final concept of our halacha, many of authoritative manuscripts place in the beginning of halacha 5. Okay. I mean, for us, it's good either way. So stop here. Or you want to continue?
No, let's talk. This one was long, but I want to review it, and then for next week, I might have some commentary that maybe we'll.
Sure. Yeah. I think.
I like this I like this parak. I want to review it because it's a lot to grasp on this one.
Okay, so please do, and please prepare. Like if you want, let's start next class with your summary.
Yeah, absolutely.
So make yourself notes, and let's review. Absolutely, I think it's a good idea.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So.
All right.